In today's video, I will teach you how to make a 3D icon in GIMP. Let's get started. Start by opening GIMP and create a new image with the dimensions of 300 by 300 pixels. Then set the background to any color that you prefer. Then click the new layer icon at the bottom of the Layers panel. Now use the Rectangle Select tool to draw a selection that resembles the arrow's body. And to round up the corners, go to Select, then Rounded Rectangle, and set the radius to 35 pixels. Now fill the selected area with your preferred color. Then deselect by going to Select, then None. Now, hide the previous layer by clicking the eye icon in the Layers dialog. Then create a new layer by clicking the Add New Layer button at the bottom of the Layers panel. Then draw a square selection. Then fill the square with the same color. Then deselect by hitting Ctrl D. Now, use the Rotate tool to rotate the square to 45 degrees. Then draw a rectangle selection over more than half of the rotated square and delete that part by pressing the Delete key on your keyboard. Now make the previous layer visible again. Then arrange both layers to form an arrow shape. Then you can adjust it as needed. Then merge these layers by right-clicking on the top layer in the Layers dialog, then choosing Merge Down. Now we're going to add a 3D effect. To do this, we're going to apply a bump map. Go to Filters, Map, then Bump Map, then adjust the elevation, azimuth, and depth values as needed. Now we're going to create an inner gradient. Start by right-clicking the arrow layer, then Alpha to Selection. Then add a new layer. Then shrink the selection by 15 pixels. Then choose a foreground color and your preferred background color. Then fill the selection with the gradient using the Gradient tool by dragging from the bottom left to the top right. Then you can deselect by pressing Ctrl D. Now apply a bump map filter again with the same settings. Then merge these layers. Now we're going to create a 3D shadow. Start by duplicating the arrow layer and flip it vertically by going to Layer, Transform, then Flip Vertically. Then move the flip layer down so it aligns below the original arrow. Then merge these layers. Use the Perspective tool to adjust the arrow, giving it a 3D look. Then move the perspective points to create depth and click OK. Now duplicate this layer, then move the duplicate 1 pixel to the right using the right arrow key. Repeat the step, creating 5 layers in total for shadow effect. Then merge all visible layers, then move the merged layer 4 pixels to the right for additional depth, and then merge again. Now we're going to refine the arrow shape. To do this, zoom in and use the Selection tool to trim the arrowheads, making sure they have a clean horizontal edge. Now go to Colors, Brightness and Contrast, and lower the brightness by -25, and increase the contrast by adding 25. Then make the background layer visible and fill it with white. Then draw a rectangle selection over the flipped part of the arrow. Then cut this part by pressing Ctrl X and paste it by pressing Ctrl V. Then convert it to a new layer. Move this layer to the correct position. Then add a layer mask and use the Gradient tool to draw a gradient from white to black to create a reflective effect. And your 3D arrow icon is now complete, and you can experiment with different colors or gradients by adjusting the layers as desired. If you find this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to see more tutorials, Turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload new videos.